On a wider environmental approach, we've set ourselves a 50% reduction in CO2 footprint for all of the buildings. So whatever their CO2 footprint would have been sort of last year or so, the expectation is that what we finish up with will be designed to be 50% less than what would have been designed recently. The village is being designed to what's called BREEAM level 4, which is the highest level of sustainability on a housing project that you would expect to find in London at the current time. We are designing all of the structures to use 40% less potable water than would normally be the case. When it comes to the buildings post the Games, last week, when the President of Brazil came to site, Rio de Janeiro were one of the bidders for the 2016 Games. I said, I'd be more than pleased to sell you our stadium when we've finished. All you've got to do is design the bottom of it to be the same as ours, and then you can, the trouble is it will be an identical stadium, and who is going to want to host an Olympic Games with the same stadium as London? So at worst, what will happen is that all the steel will go back in to be recycled as waste steel. Basically, it'll be melted down and reused. That's the worst that will happen. But clearly, there are possibilities to use it to create another stadium elsewhere. And I think essentially the reality is that probably the government would be prepared to sell it fairly cheaply, just in order to feel that it was being used and finding a use elsewhere. The seats, we've already had an approach from Chicago. Chicago are one of the other bidders for the 2016 Games, and they've been on the phone saying could they buy all the stadium seats from us after the Games.